it's me, Kidi, K-I-D-I, Kidi, and I'm so happy to see you again. I hope your eyes are filled with stars, because today we're gonna go to space. And for that, we need to board a rocket. But what is a rocket? Well, I'm here at the National Museum of Air and Space of France to learn everything about it. I hope you're ready, because I am, so let's go! Hi, it's me, Kidi, and look at me, right behind, there's a rocket! This is Ariane 1, and it's a rocket which went to space, and I'm about to touch it. Oh my god, look at it, it's so big, I feel so small compared to it. Now, as you can see, there are pretty big engines on it, and that's because you need a lot of strong energy to go to space. And if you wonder why they tend to be white, well, it's because since space is dark, you need to see it. So a white rocket is easier to see on the black background of space. Look at that! Now, the thing with rockets is it's not just one thing, it's multiple things. Now, as you can see, as we said, there's the base with all the engines. And when you go up, you actually have more engines and especially fuel, tons of jet fuel in order to go to space. And at the very top, you kind of have the cargo, usually a satellite that you want to put in orbit around Earth. Now, as you can see, an umbrella has a very similar shape to a huge rocket, and that's no coincidence. As you can see, a rocket is long and thin, and that's for it to have an easy life going through the air. It's very important as it limits drag, air resistance. If I were to run with a closed umbrella, it's easy. Look. Whee! But if I were to do the same with a open umbrella, that would be a different story. No, my hat! Okay, so. Now, this is the Ariane 5. It's the latest generation in rocket science. And as you can see, oh my god, it's so big. It's 750 tons. That's about 125 African elephants. It's so heavy. And so to go to space, it needs 2 extra fuel tanks and reactors in order to propel all of that to space. As you can see, it's about 54 meters tall. Whee! How do I get down from here? I'm stuck. Mom! Mother! Help! I'm stuck. Please help me. I'm scared. Whoa! Oh, look at that! It's so big. It's bigger than my arms. Now, of course, rockets need those big engines in order to leave Earth and go to space, and in this one's case, even to the moon. Wow! It's so big. Hey, wait! No, I'm still. Hey, wait! No, don't start the rocket. I'm still here! Ah!
1.
We live on a planet called the Earth. It's our home and it feels really, really big to us. Long ago, people thought that the Earth was in the middle of the universe and everything, including the sun, went around us. We now know that the Earth goes around the sun and that there are lots of other Earths and suns out in space. Billions of them! We don't know if space animals live out there on other planets. Maybe one day we'll get to say hello to them. Hello! The Earth and the sun that keeps us warm are part of a galaxy called the Milky Way. There are 200 billion stars and 100 billion planets in the Milky Way. That's a lot! And there are billions of galaxies for us to explore in outer space.
Hey, my little brainiacs, look, this is Earth. This is what we live on. And look at it. This is how it looks from outer space. Isn't it incredible? And look, there's so much water on it. Most of it's salty, so we can't drink it, you know. But actually 70% of Earth is, Earth's surface is water. So Earth is actually nicknamed the Blue Planet. Oh. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. I love you. Mwah. Ooh, look at that. Wow, look at that. It's a small-scale version of the Ariane 5 rocket. My friend from outside is the huge one. But the thing is, why do we want to go to space? Well, there's so many reasons to go to space. And one important one is for those guys over there. Look at them. Those are satellites. And how do we put them there? Over there, they are unfolded. But they're not unfolded in the spaceship. See, in the nose, all the way up there, you have this. And see, this is the satellite which is folded inside the nose of the rocket. And once it's in space, it opens up and frees the satellite, which puts itself into orbit around the Earth. Whee. Hey, my little brainiacs! See, satellites, once in space, are put into orbit. That means that they spin around and back again, and that around the Earth, so that they always stay around us. And why do we want that? Well, let me tell you. Look, my little brainiacs, all of those are satellites. There's so many of them. But you know what? In space, there's even more. Up to 4,000 satellites orbiting Earth, all spinning around us at any moment in time. But what's a satellite?
Well, that's a great question.
See, satellites are very high-tech computers. But why do we need satellites? Well, that's an excellent question too. The thing is, satellites provide us with so much information. They give us television, they give us phone signals and internet. They also give us the GPS signal. Isn't that neat? Now that we're all geared up to go to space, it's time to go in the rocket. I hope you're ready to go to space. Look, we're in orbit, on our way to go to the space station, which is in orbit around the Earth 24/7. Let's go. Hey, my little brainiacs. Now, all we need is to take off.
This is the head of operations. Attention, everyone. Launching in 1 minute.
I'm stressed. let's go to space!
Attention, final tap. Stop the launch. Launch mission stop.
After a successful rocket launch, welcome to space! However, humans can't actually live in space because there's no air, so we live in this, the ISS. It's a shuttle which orbits the Earth, and look at it, whee! Now, it's not incredibly big,
But that's normal, we're gonna have big structures in space.
because it takes a lot of resources which we don't necessarily have. This is like a huge building in space, and I mean huge not because it's big, but because it's like the only thing in space where you can live. And so look at this. There is no gravity, so there is no making a difference between up, down, left, right. So everything will float a bit loosely. And when you need to go to bed, you tend to just go in a little pod like this and
Strap yourself in.
good night. Hello, my little brainiacs. It's me, Kidi, live from the space station. And look, I'm floating around. And that's because in space, you don't have gravity. Now, gravity on Earth is the force which pulls you back down when you jump. But you don't have that in space, so you're free to whee, float around. Yay! Now, of course, since everything can loosely float around, you need to strap everything down, just like you're supposed to do when you sleep up here. Whee! Hey, my little brainiacs! And now I want to take you to the Spatio Lab, because the reason we like going to space is not just for fun. No, it's to experiment and advance in science. So let's check in with my friends. Ah, yes, very important. Study of the human body. As mentioned, since there is no gravity. Oh, hello, Roger. How are you? As you see, Roger is in 0G, zero gravity. So he needs to train every day
In order not to lose too much muscle mass.
So, in order to maintain shape and to keep muscled, we need to work out all of the time. It isn't easy. It's not the best position, I'll admit. And this suit does not breathe that well. Oh God, it's so warm. Come on, let's go. I'm bad at this. I'm just terrible.
If you look up in the night sky, you can see it. The moon. It shines like silver at night because it reflects light from the sun like a mirror. The moon goes around the Earth every 28 days. Sometimes it's full and round like a pizza, and sometimes it's shaped like a croissant. Ooh, yummy. The moon is like a little sister to planet Earth. She may be small, but she makes a big difference here on Earth. The moon makes the tides on the sea, and when the moon is full, it can be very, very hard to sleep. We have always dreamed of going to the moon. The first man to walk on the moon was Neil Armstrong. When he stepped out of his spaceship, he said, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Only 12 people have walked on the moon, but it may happen again quite soon. The Artemis 3 mission is going back to the moon in 2025.
I'm having, a call for maintenance. Oh, hi Jerry, what's up? Oh, there's a problem outside.
Oh, I need to gear up in order to survive outside.
Let's go. Okay, Jerry, I've put on the suit and I'm outside. I think I found the problem. Well, I mean, it's red and flashing. Okay, now to take care of the problem. I need to do a bit of this, I believe. Release this valve, tighten this, twist this little knobby knob, press this green button and this red button. Success! I saved us all! I can go back inside because it's scary out here. Oh, hey there, I didn't see you. I'm in space. Now, here's my friend Steve. I know him because look, we work at the same place. Hi, Steve. Oh, I think he's asleep. Now, Steve here is in a space walking suit, and as you can see, he's incredibly buff. Except he isn't. He's actually a bit more like me. But you see him like this because there are so many layers to keep him warm and safe in space. Because in space, there's no air and it can be very, very cold, like minus 160 degrees. The thing with those suits is you usually take up to 4 hours to put one of them on. 4 hours! Imagine you need to go to the toilet. You know, it's 4 hours to take off too. So, they were smart and they decided to put on Steve diapers. So, if he needs to relieve himself, he just wets himself. Because who has time and space? Oh! So, my little brainiacs, I hope you had fun, because now it's time for the Kidi Quiz! Remember, 3 questions and 1 right answer each time. Are you ready for the first question? Okay, let's go. First question. What allows you to go into space? Is it A, a rocket, or B, a bus? Timer. So, the question is, what allows you to go into space? Time's up. So, let's hear your answer. That's right. What allows you to go into space is a rocket. R-O-C-K-E and T. Well done. Second question of the Kidi Quiz. How much does an astronaut suit weigh? Is it A, 175 kilos, or B, about 4 bananas? Timer. The question is, how much does an astronaut suit weigh? Time's up. Okay, let's hear your answer. That's right, 175 kilos. That's 175. Congratulations, you're doing great. And now, the final question. Are you ready? What's the name of a flying object orbiting Earth? Is it A, a superhero, or B, a satellite? Timer. What is the name of the object orbiting Earth? Timer. So, let's hear your answer. That's right! The name of those objects orbiting Earth are called satellites. S-A-T-E-L-L-I-T-E. You did great today! Congratulations! You know what? I think you should be rewarded. I hope you're curious to know as to what it's gonna be. Well, let me tell you. Look, we've went from this to this in one episode. So if you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And you know what? After all this learning, I think we've earned a kiddie dance. So I hope you're ready, because I know I am. So get up and dance!
Ready, set, grow. Ready, set, now.
I'm Kidi. Yeah, I'm Kidi. I'm Kidi. Oh, I'm Kidi. I'm Kidi. I'm Kidi. Oh, I'm Kidi.
Ready, set, grow. Ready, set, grown.
Hey, it's me, Kidi, K-I-D-I, Kidi, and I'm so happy to see you again. Today, we're gonna learn everything there is to know about planes. It's so great! And to learn all about them, we're here at the National Air and Space Museum of France. I hope you're ready to learn, because I know I am. Now, see this? This is the outside of the air traffic control. This is where they tell all the planes where to go because there is airplane traffic and you don't want a collision now, do you? Now, planes have many different roles in today's society. Here, you have military planes. As you can see there, you have a jet fighter. It has a really pointy nose in order to be really, really fast. And here, you have a commercial plane. Those are for us when we want to go on holidays. And this one here is for postal services. Every time you order something online, or you will send a letter to your grandmother, it will go in this plane. This plane does not carry any passenger. It has a huge empty belly in which it will fit all the little parcels and letters you are sending through the post office. And on the other side, you have a private jet. This is for extremely rich or important people. And this is to not, be with everyone else. This is for 4 to 5 people on board. And they go really, really fast. And here you have my favorite plane, the Canadair. It's yellow, like a duckling. Now, the Canadair is very important as it has a very important job. This whole plane is actually a water tank and it's used to fight fires. How do you fill it up? Well, not with a hose because it would take ages. No, this is even better. You see those flaps? They are opened last minute when the aeroplane just dives and just goes above a lake or any body of water and will suck in the water and fill the tank up like that, and then it will fly over a fire and let all the water fall down in order to extinguish the fire. And the best part of it is it's yellow, like me. And look, this is the tail of the biggest plane in the world, the A380. It's huge! Look at that! It's bigger than a cathedral and it flies. As you can see, you have 3 little parts going on either side and one on the top. And they also have rudders, just like those wings, to help, guide the plane, left, right, up, down. Look at those wings! They're so big and long, and that's because of course you need them to fly, and most importantly they are also used as fuel tanks to fuel those engines. And look at those wheels! Whoa! Of course you need huge wheels with those huge legs in order to support such a plane. And wheels are necessary because of course you need to drive the plane on the runway and for the takeoff, the plane isn't always in the air. It needs to take off, so it needs to roll on the ground and then once it has enough speed, whoosh, it starts flying. And most importantly, you need them to land. Otherwise, you're stuck in the air. Look at those. Just there. You can see the whole system right there. All the space dedicated to putting those wheels up inside. As you can see, those ones slide in on the side like this, whereas this one just go like that. Isn't that neat?
When you look up into the sky, you'll see other things flying around. Not just birds and planes, but also helicopters. Helicopters zip around because of their spinning propellers fixed on top. It means they can lift off straight up in the air. It makes them just the right thing for rescuing people or chasing robbers. By looking closely at birds, people realized that a special plane could glide on the air. The glider hasn't got an engine. It is given a piggyback into the air by another plane and then glides slowly back to Earth, surfing on the air. If you're feeling really brave, you could take to the skies with a hang glider. It's kind of like a giant kite. You'll have to jump off a cliff and you'd better not be afraid of heights. So you should probably ask your mummy if it's okay first.
Oh, that's pretty high. How do I board a plane? Well, there's a neat little thing called a truck. Look at this little guy over there. See, it comes and it has this staircase which will latch on to the plane in order for passengers like me to board it. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hello. Welcome aboard Kidi Airlines' first Boeing 747. Come. Now, if you've never been inside of a plane, this is how it could look like. Now, as you can see, there are many seats, all numbered in rows, A, B, C, D, E, and then you have numbers of rows and stuff like that. Of course, it's marked on your ticket where you have to sit. As you can see, on your different seats, you have, of course, for security, belt buckles. Now, unlike a car, you don't have to wear them for the entire trip. You can take them off. The only moment where it's mandatory is at takeoff and landing, and whenever the captain says that you should really put them, because sometimes a plane can, be a bit shaky. Also for entertainment purposes, because some planes can fly for really, really long times. Some, 18 hours and 40 minutes, that's long. So you can have little screens with little remotes in order to, play games. Now, of course, one thing which is really cool with planes is windows, so that you can actually see the sky and the clouds and the whole world. Look at them. And of course, if you're sleepy, you can always close them and... Whew. And you know what? I'm a bit warm, but that's okay, because of course there is a thermostat in the plane, so to keep us comfortable. And as you can see just here, you have little air blowers to cool you down, and because sometimes it gets really warm. And you also have some lights here if you want to read, because those trips, as I said, can be very, very long. And you also have, of course, indication from the captain to remind you what to do, what not to do. Like putting your seatbelts on because turbulences. And that's important. Always follow the captain's order. Oui. Now, my little brainiacs, look at this. You don't usually get to see a plane in this state. It's not finished, and that's because there's so much to a plane that we can't see. As you can see, there's cables running almost everywhere, and that's normal. That's, to give power to your screens, to the light, and even, transmit Wi-Fi to your phone. But there's also tubes, and this is for air conditioning, because as I said, we need to control the temperature and also have enough air in the plane to breathe, as on the outside, it's very, very cold. So, it's important. Now, I talked about where you can put the small luggage, but where can you put the big one? Well, as you see, this here is the floor, and you're usually over it. But right under, there's the hold. And in the hold, you have enough space to put a car! Ooh, who would have thought? Now, usually you put luggages here because, as I said, you don't go on a trip with nothing. No! You have to have some luggage with, you know, some extra pants, extra underwear, extra t-shirt, extra jumpers and stuff like that. And so this is where they are stocked during the flight. And then, you know, they are taken out and given back to you when you arrive at destination. Isn't that neat? Hey, my little brainiacs! Now this is one of the most interesting features of the jumbo jet. That's right, the Boeing 747 actually has stairs. And why is that important? Well, that's because it's one of 2 planes which actually has a second story. Come with me, there's cool stuff up there. So, where do those staircases go? To the second floor. But what's on the second floor? Well, that's the very interesting part. See, right behind me, you have the cockpit. This is where the pilots, because there are 2 pilots, fly the plane.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. My name is Kidi and we will be flying today to New York. Please sit back, relax, and we wish you a pleasant flight. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so, if you want to see more adventures.
Now, as you can see, there's so many screams, bips and bops and everything here, but not that much when you think about it, because most of it is just duplicated. There's 2 different versions because there's a captain and a co-captain. Now, you don't want an untrained captain, and you can't have somebody who is untrained fly a plane. So, you actually put one in one of those. This is a simulator. Those are screens which actually shows simulations of what we'd be doing, pressing all those buttons, so that when captains do this, they are ready to fly the real thing. Now, it's time to leave and check the rest of it. Oh, hi my little brainiacs. You could see me through the window. Oh, hello there. Now, of course on a plane, as mentioned, there is a pilot and a captain. So, they have to pilot and fly the plane to make sure you're safe. But they're not the only one aboard here for you. You also have the flight crew, also called the flight attendant. And they are here to make sure you are safe, comfortable. They will serve you food, snack and drinks when in your flight, and also, you know, take care of you because it can be stressful for some people. Hello! Ah, how nice it is to be here. Ooh, I'm just gonna pop my little tray out and take a bit of fresh air. Now, of course, there's actually a window in real plane, so you can't do that. Oh, excuse me, could I have a little sody pop? Oh, thank you. Sir, here's your little sody pop. And of course, one of the most important rules is to remind people of the safety in a plane. Ladies and gentlemen, you are reminded that there are emergency exits at the front and rear of the plane. Please remember to fasten your seatbelt at takeoff and landing, and of course during the flight when indicated because of turbulences. Please enjoy your flight to Kidi City and have a wonderful day.
Humans are real copycats. They've always wanted to be like the birds and learn to fly. It all started long ago in Greece with the legend of Icarus. Icarus had the great idea of sticking wings on his back with wax. He flew up into the sky, but as he got closer and closer to the sun, the wax started to melt. Ow! And the wings came unstuck, and so did poor Icarus. A long time later, 2 brilliant brothers had the cool idea of filling a balloon with hot air. The hot air rises, lifting the Montgolfier balloon up into the blue beyond, and for the first time, people saw how the world looked from high in the sky. After hot air balloons came aeroplanes and gliders. 100 years ago, the daring Frenchman, Louis Blériot, was the first to fly across the sea between France and England. Aeroplanes are everywhere now, and the world keeps getting smaller and smaller every day.
Now, my little brainiacs, there's 4 things you need to know if you want to correctly fly a plane. First thing you need to keep in mind is speed, as speed will allow you to first lift off and secondly stay in the air. Look how fast I'm spinning it! This is surely gonna take off eventually. Now, the second thing, of course, wait, you need to, I don't want to stand up quite tall. Now, the second thing you need to keep in mind is altitude, how high the plane is in the sky. You don't want it to be too low or you'll hit a mountain, and you don't want it to be too high because then you get really scared. Look at it, up and down, up and down. Then, one of the most important parts is inclination. Because the thing is, this is what will determine basically if you're going up or down or even turning like this or like this. The planes don't usually do that, but I can, so I will. And then, of course, direction. This is important if you want to go, you know, somewhere like New York or Tokyo, or if you just want to have fun. Oh, look at that! Now, the thing is, why do planes have wheels and how do they fly? Well, that's one simple answer. The thing is, planes have wings like those which allow them to fly, and they have wheels so that they can roll basically on the tarmac and build up speed in order to have enough air to go under the wings and have lift off. Whew. Ooh, that's a lot of air. Ooh. Now, of course, one thing which is really important and you have to do with everything, like a car or anything you own, is to do the safety checks. Make sure the fuselage is intact and immaculate. Make sure the rudders are working just like it should. If there are any problems, you should see them. It's important because a plane trip can easily go wrong and you don't want that. So check everything to be sure. Hey there, my little brainiacs. Now this is a helicopter. It's another type of aircraft, a bit different than the aeroplane. Both flies, but in a very different way. The aeroplane has, you know, jet engines and propeller engine. This one has rotors, so huge blades just spinning very, very fast. And so the takeoff is slightly different. Look, this is how it will take off eventually. As you can see, wow, they spin really, really fast and eventually it will just take off upright. It doesn't have to speed up and then take off. No, it just goes up in a straight line, which make it so much more precise for interventions like for the police department, firefighters, emergency services. Helicopters carry a lot less passengers than aeroplanes because they are a lot smaller, a lot more precise, but a lot smaller than aeroplanes. Isn't that neat? Well, that was a busy day, but you know what? We've learned so much. But what exactly did we learn? Time to check it with the Kidi Quiz. I hope you're ready. Here's the first question out of 3. First question. How many passengers can carry an A380? Is it A, about 800, or B, 12? Timer. The question is, how many passengers can carry an A380? Time's up. So, let me hear it. That's right, an A380 can carry up to 800 passengers. That's 800. You did great. Second question. Okay, so, from which room does the air traffic controller guide planes? Is it A, from Mummy's kitchen, or B, the control tower? Timer! The question is, from which room does the air traffic controller guide plane? Time's up! So, let's hear your answer. That's right! The air traffic controllers guide planes from the control tower. C-O-N-T-R-O-L T-O-W-E-R. Congratulations! Okay, now third question, which is, who is the plane's boss? Is it A, my daddy, or B, the captain? Timer! The question is, who is the plane's boss? Time's up. So, what's your answer? That's right. The plane's boss is the captain. C-A-P-T-A-I-N. Congratulations! You did great on this quiz. And you know what? When you get a great score, you get a gift. I hope you're ready for yours. Let's go! Whoa! Wasn't that a blast? I hope you had fun with this adventure and you're ready for more, but that would be for next time. So if you want to see those, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And now it's time to dance. So get up, get on your feet, and I hope you're ready. Okay? Because it's go in 3, 2, 1, dance time.
Ready, set, grow. Ready, set, now.
I'm Kidi. Yeah, I'm Kidi. I'm Kidi. Oh, I'm Kidi. I'm Kidi. I'm Kidi. Oh, I'm Kidi.
Ready, set, grow. Ready, set, grow.
Whee!